When you have melanated skin, you don't want no ashiness. To be ashy should be forbidden. And it should also be part of our human rights to have the tools to never be ashy. And free pads too. It is a shower oil, but it has like a great lather. And it always leaves my skin feeling literally so soft. Deep breath. Oh, this took everything. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's day 3 of Vlogmas, and today I'm going to be showing you guys my full body routine. I have been filming back to back, and I am exhausted. So today's just going to be like a nice reset. I'm going to bring you guys along with me. We're going to do a little waxing, eyebrows, and I'm also going to share with you guys my favorite body care and skincare products right now that keep me nice and moisturized for the winter. So yeah, let's get to it because it's time for a reset. So we're going to start with waxing. I do my waxes at home. I have a DIY recipe. I'm going to add the link to my description. It's very simple with clear instructions to get the perfect wax. So yeah, I've had this stored in the fridge, so I'm just gonna warm this up, and I'm basically just gonna do the double boiling method by adding just a little bit of water and just letting that sit for a good 5 minutes. That should be enough time for it to warm up and get back to its softer consistency. Ever since 2020, when we had that whole lockdown, that's when I was like, you know what? I'm gonna learn how to make my own wax. It can't be that hard. And the crazy part is, I believe it's less painful when you do it yourself. But yeah, it's 2025, almost 2026, and I've just been waxing myself. All right, so now that our wax is ready, let's talk essentials. All you need is some wax strips, some wooden sticks, and some baby powder. Just 3 simple things. I am gonna be waxing my underarms. I usually wax like once a month, just for like touch-ups and keep-ups. So I don't have that much hair, but we're still, you know, touching up. This is what our wax looks like. Now, you never want to apply it while it's hot. And to be honest, it's not hot. It's just kind of like this thing that's huming a bit. Now, here's the controversy. When I learned from my OG waxers on YouTube, they taught me apply the wax in the opposite direction of hair growth and then wax in the direction of hair growth. Now, of course, as time progresses, there's other people and professionals that come out saying the opposite. And I just usually do what works for me, which is what my OGs taught me. I don't get any ingrown hairs or anything, which is the main concern of the pull direction. So do what works for you. This is what works for me. But I do want to kind of like try their way and see if that works for me at all. I'm just going to apply this. Oh, wait. Now, usually the powder, you want to apply it if your skin is moist or if you tend to have like nervous sweat, which I do sometimes. This is all the hair that came out. I usually apply the powder in between sessions, so in between strips. Now I'm just gonna scoop it and make sure I get every single hair. You want to make sure you're like rubbing it in, so it's like grabbing every single hair strand. I've gotten so used to it where it's like, just take some deep breaths and you'll be good. For aftercare, I usually do aloe, but I don't have any on me right now. If you don't have any aloe, you could use the CeraVe Healing Ointment, which is also really good and calming, especially if your skin gets inflamed or anything like that. Alrighty, let's do the next underarm. I'm applying it because I started nervous sweating. Deep breath. Oh, this took everything. Alrighty, all is gone in one strip. That was the waxing. And the more often you do it, the more you get used to it. So like, I don't feel pain. I just take deep breaths. But I would feel pain if like my hair was like super long, but probably within like 2 seconds and then it'll be gone. So if you do it more frequently, it's literally painless. And I do the same method for like my whole body, but today we're just doing underarms. Now for my shower routine, it's pretty simple. I use the Naturium glycolic acid. I use this 2 to 3 times a week, and this just deeply exfoliates my skin. I also got a compliment once about my skin tone looking even. This is most likely the reason. It's really good at evening out the skin, clearing dead skin cells, and giving you like a nice reset. And I usually follow up with my Glow Getter body oil. She's almost done because she's that good. So while this takes everything out, this gives me a second cleanse, but then restores moisture back into my skin. It is a shower oil, but it has like a great lather, and it always leaves my skin feeling literally so soft. So I either follow up with this, or you may be familiar with this one, L'Occitane shower oil. This stuff literally smells like a spa day, and I usually use this when I want it to feel like a spa day. Great smell, but I also want to try different shower oils and experiment a little bit. So if you guys have any suggestions, anything that you really like, definitely add them in the comments. I also use exfoliating shower gloves for my body and a washcloth for my face. So this 2 to 3 times a week, followed by one of these 2, and on a daily basis it'll usually be this one. Great lather. Now for my go-to body butters, especially for the winter. When you have melanated skin, you don't want want no ashiness. To be ashy should be forbidden. And it should also be part of our human rights to have the tools to never be ashy. And free pads too. Hello. First body butter is the Glow Getter from Naturium. I love this because one, it's affordable. Two, the glow this leaves on my skin is kind of insane. And it's funny because like one day I was just like looking in the mirror and I was like, wow, my skin is actually glowing. This is like my third purchase. I think the smell is cool. It just smells like a regular body butter to me. So I always end up mixing it with my vanilla essential oil if I want to boost the scent a little bit or if I'm going out. I'm actually going to apply this when I'm done showering. My second favorite body butter is the Fenty Skin. This is the Vanilla Dream, and I talk so much crap about this. I was using this during the summer, but because of the consistency, it also works for the winter. But my complaint about it was I was expecting this to smell like vanilla. Now, don't get me wrong. When you smell it, you can smell the vanilla. But when you apply it, I'm not able to actually smell it on my body, but it will take up the room, which is weird. So I'd say that it has a light vanilla scent, and I just love how it leaves my skin glowing. It literally makes me look like I'm back from the dead. This is my second favorite one. My third favorite one is, which I don't have on me, is the Kiehl's Crème de Corps, specifically their body butter. It's so thick and leaves your skin feeling so soft and literally so amazing for the winter. So I am gonna be up on that too. This, I usually wear this at home, and this is when it's like 2 degrees outside. But yeah, now I'm just gonna snap my fingers and come back fresh and clean. Oh my god, that was so quick. Only if. My face is a little dry right now because I haven't touched it yet. Because we are first going to do my eyebrows. Just to like give them a nice cleaner shape. My lips are a little bit dry, so I'm just gonna apply my lip mask in the meantime. This is the lip mask by Fenty Skin. Your lips ever be so dry you can't even talk? That was me just now. So I'm just gonna do like a nice little cleanup to give my eyebrows a nice clean shape. And all I'm using is things that you can easily find in an eyebrow toolkit. An eyebrow razor, the little plucker, and like some scissors. For some reason, as organized as I am, I can't find my spoolie. So I'm gonna be using the one from my brow pencil. Now, I like to keep my eyebrows super thick. So I'm really not doing much here. I'm just combing everything out. And I'm also just gonna add like a little bit of coconut oil on my eyebrow because my skin is like literally so dry. I don't wanna like accidentally cut myself. The first time I got my eyebrows done was in high school when I used to live in New York. I went to like this Chinese lady in the Bronx and I believe I got them threaded. And this was like my first time getting my eyebrows anything. Like who gets them threaded the very first time? Was it threaded or was it waxed? I actually can't even remember. But all I remember, when I got out that salon, my eyebrows were this thin. And I went to high school with that. Oh my freaking gosh. I remember everybody like, oh my god, you did your eyebrows? Like, it was so freaking noticeable. They were so freaking thin that you could see my untanned skin that was hidden behind the brow. It was just so awkward. But yeah, totally not the look I was going for. That event traumatized me, and I vow to learn how to say, I like my eyebrows thick. Just minimal cleaning and shaping, that's it. But yeah, there's a way to like shape your eyebrow the way I personally like to do it. For starters, I don't like to touch the ends because I don't want them to like look any shorter. And the way I like to measure it, I just like my arch to be like my eyebrow arch to be just slightly before the end of my eye. And again, I'm not doing anything crazy, literally just shaping them. And I cut the extra hairs, the extra long hairs. Most times I don't end up plucking, but if I do have to pluck anything, it'll probably be like slightly at the bottom. So I pluck very, very lightly to make sure I'm keeping the shape. And boom, eyebrow done. Same thing goes for my other brow. I just brush everything upwards to make sure I'm getting every single hair. Then when I'm shaping them, I just make sure that I'm keeping my arch here, like slightly before the end of my eye. Now we shave. Now I'm just gonna take the scissors and cut them inwards because this arch here is way after my eye. Like it's like right here. And I like my arch to be at least right here. See how there's like the inner corner? But here, this is like literally at the end. So it's too far. So I'm just gonna take the scissors and cut inwards, just a little bit. Sometimes people have to like mess up your eyebrows so that you know what you like. Practice makes perfect. Super easy, calm, simple. And now I'm gonna show you guys my 2-step skincare routine. Toner and cream. This is the cream from Kiehl's, the Ultra Facial Cream. And I think they need to do better on their packaging because like the whole lettering just came off. which is weird. But yeah, this is the rice toner from Anua, and I literally love this stuff. It literally makes my face look so hydrated. Like it's literally my favorite toner ever. And it absorbs pretty quickly, so you can already see that my face is back alive from all the dryness, you know? I also have like a whole bunch of serums, but like I'll apply serums when I really need to, like if I'm targeting dryness, inflammation, or whatever the case. But like right now, I'm pretty good. My toner is good enough. I also use the ordinary exfoliant toner, but I only use this on days when I'm not using the Naturium Glycolic Body Wash, because this also has glycolic acid and I don't want to be applying two strong actives back to back. It's also good for evening out the skin, and I also use it for my underarms. If you wax though, you want to wait at least like 24 hours before you apply this. Do not apply this on raw skin. Now that my face is dry, I'm just gonna apply my cream, just a little bit. Now my face looks all nice and hydrated. And last final step, this fragrance oil. I saw this when it got viral on TikTok. I wasn't able to get it then. A year later, I saw it available. I was like, you know what? Let me try it. And it smells exactly like what that girl described it as.
It smells like a woman with her titties out being fed fruit.
Period. But yeah, this was my full routine. We did wax, eyebrows, exfoliated, skincare, my very simple skincare. Yeah, my routines are pretty simple. I don't really do too much, but at the same time, it's just enough for me to feel like that girl. And now I just feel gorgeous and clean and yeah. And this is basically what I do when I need like a nice reset. I don't have the best lighting, so you can't really see the glow, but like I feel very soft and hydrated. But yeah, this was day 3 of Vlogmas. For day 4, we're gonna do a hair reset. Because I know it's day 3, but I've had these in for like a month and a half, just to give you perspective. And it's time to take them out. So we're gonna do like a full hair reset. I might even do a flexi rod, spice things up a little bit. But whether you wanna learn some cool tips, or if you're alone for the holidays just like me, you should definitely stick around and spend the holidays with me. There's just like so much to do, and we could like enjoy it together. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. This was day 3. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you for day 4.